Barbara Mandrell, the shining face of country pop in the late 70s and early 80s. A multi-talented artist, proficient in many instruments, powerful voice, and a jade girl on American television. But behind the sparkling evening gowns, dignified beauty, and warm family image, Barbara always walked the fragile line between elegance and sexiness. She has never been exposed to a love scandal, but on stage, Barbara subtly revealed her charm. Bodycon dresses, long eyelashes, sexy performance posture. Sleeping Single in a Double Bed, a song that alludes to loneliness and a desire to touch the flesh, became a big hit, but also made many people uncomfortable because it was too bold for an artist with a clean image. What is special about Barbara is the ability to wrap charm in a virtuous shell. She can make the audience feel what they can't see, a glance, a slight tilt of the shoulder, and it all comes down to a whisper, "I know what I'm doing." Barbara Mandrell and the Mandrell sisters makes that image even clearer, both deeply family-like and irresistibly sweet. Margot Smith. Not everyone immediately remembers the name when mentioning the bold queens of country music, but her story is unforgettable. Born in 1942, Margot entered music since she was a little girl. Her clear soprano voice resounded through gentle songs like "There I Said It" or "Take My Breath Away," all safe, sweet, and traditional love songs. However, the turning point came in 1979, when Nashville was still strict with sexy images, especially for older women. Margot appeared as a shock. Her hair was cut short in a rebellious way. She abandoned the low-cut shirts. Instead, she wore tight dresses that flattered her figure, and her eyes were frank. She sang the song "Still a Woman." The lyrics affirmed the aspirations and emotions that were still intact of a woman who had gone through many years of marriage. Still a woman who needs a little love sometimes. The line was immediately controversial. Some called her desperate, others brave. But Margot wasn't looking for approval. She wanted to reclaim her forgotten youth, to break the glass ceiling of prejudice. Without a storied love life, Margot was called unruly for daring to sing about desire and aging, something that had never been done before by women in country music. Barbara Fairchild, a voice as soft as silk, a baby face that makes the audience think she only knows how to sing innocent stories. But behind the stage lights, Barbara has experiences that go beyond her age and appearance. The Teddy Bear song made the whole of America sob, a melody that seemed to lull but contained the desire to escape the pain of a mature woman. When singing, Barbara seemed to transform into her own character. Dreamy eyes, trembling voice, but containing an emotional weight that is difficult to measure. The audience loved her for her gentleness, but it was those in the industry who realized that Barbara knew more than she said. Her next songs increasingly revealed a profound perspective on love, loss, and even repressed desires. She did not need to dress boldly or make shocking statements. Just standing under the lights, softly singing a line, was enough to make the whole audience fall silent. Born in July 1942 in Woodland, Chickasaw County, Mississippi, Bobbie Gentry strode onto the stage with a graceful step, a tight black pencil skirt, a guitar slung across her shoulder like a weapon. Her voice, smooth as velvet, thick as molasses, and her eyes were half gentle, half warning. Ode to Billie Joe is a song that makes the whole world bow. Without much explanation, Bobbie only planted a few lines in the hearts of listeners, so that for the rest of their lives they would wonder, who is Billie Joe? What happened? When the press asked, she just smiled and changed the subject. It was that silence that made everything more mysterious. Backstage, men sought out Bobbie like moths to a flame. They left in silence. No one said a word. Songs like Fancy are like confessions wrapped in triumph, the words of a woman who has been through things a pastor's daughter should never admit to. and still keeps her head held high. Then, one day, Bobbie disappeared. No scandal, no goodbye, just a silence that will never be forgotten. Dottie West, the definition of brilliance. Every time she steps on stage, she doesn't just appear, she shines in a sequined dress that catches every ray of light. Her strawberry blonde hair falls loose like a challenge. Her voice is a blend of sweetness and rebellion. When she performs A Lesson in Leavin', the audience thinks it's just a fictional story, but every note carries traces of slammed doors, hot tears, and lipstick stains on someone's collar. Dottie is not the type of woman who begs to be loved. She assumes she will be loved. And if someone can't handle the heat, she lets them go in the fire she personally lights. Rumors of marriages, love affairs, the time she parked her car in front of someone's house in the middle of the night, all are just whispers. Dottie doesn't bother to explain. She wears her heart on her sleeve and freedom in every step. Jeannie C. Riley, the woman who made the room stop breathing before she sang. With her high boots, mini skirts so short that the front row blushed, her hair blown high, and her eyeliner like a Hollywood star, Jeannie was the embodiment of trouble wrapped in prayer. Harper Valley PTA was more than a song. It was a sermon, a slap at hypocrisy, exposing affairs, lipstick stains on coffee cups, and secrets hidden in church bulletins. Jeannie sang, smiled, and didn't blink an eye to the protests. People criticized her for dressing too much, for being too frank. They said she had no right to sing the truth in such a body. But Jeannie kept going, on the charts, on hotel balconies, and in the minds of her listeners. She got calls in the middle of the night that she never named. Pastors preached about her, young girls imitated her style, and wives watched warily as their husbands hummed the Harper Valley PTA tune.
Jessi Colter, the woman with eyes that tell a story of a Western love affair and a secret that only she knows. Rising to prominence in the outlaw country scene with her husband Waylon Jennings, Jessi has never been a shadow of anyone. She has a warm, husky voice that blends gentleness with a bit of unpredictable wildness. The song I'm Not Lisa, a painful yet seductive ballad, made Jessi a star. But outside the spotlight, she is known as a woman who lives so freely that the press is always curious. She has appeared in leather clothes, her thick black hair down. Her eyes seem to be able to hypnotize anyone who dares to look at her for more than a few seconds. People speculate about parties that last until dawn, about fleeting relationships with other rebellious musicians. Jessi never confirms, but also does not deny. For her, silence is sometimes more provocative than confession. And that's what makes her such an elusive icon, a woman who can both sing about broken hearts and break others.
Tammy Wynette is the first lady of country music, the epitome of classic Southern beauty. Flowing blonde hair, graceful long dresses, soulful singing voice. But behind that standard image is a life full of turmoil, passionate love, and emotional scandals that never completely disappear from the newspapers. With Stand By Your Man, Tammy became a symbol of loyalty and tolerance. However, it was her complicated love life that made the public both admire and argue. 6 marriages, including a stormy love affair with George Jones, made her name always associated with stories of tears and arguments. Tammy appeared on stage with a gentle appearance, but those who knew her in real life said that Tammy also had a bold side, not afraid to drink, laugh loudly, and sometimes make blunt statements that made the person opposite blush. There's a fine line between the country goddess and the woman who loves with all her heart, and Tammy knows how to walk that line.
Tanya Tucker burst onto the country scene as a teenager, but her voice and charisma have earned her the respect of even veteran artists. At 13, Delta Dawn made Tanya a star, and she's lived her adult life virtually before adulthood. Tanya's known for her fiery style, always ready to say and do what she wants. Her flowing blonde hair, mischievous smile, and sultry voice all combine to create an image that's both wild and irresistible. Tanya's personal life has been full of high-profile romances, from her tumultuous relationship with Glenn Campbell to her appearances on magazine covers in revealing outfits. Audiences love her for her authenticity, and they also talk about her for breaking all the rules of Nashville. Tanya never apologizes for who she is, and that's what makes her one of country music's most memorable bad girl icons.
Loretta Lynn, from a poor girl in the Kentucky mountains to a country music legend. Her life is a living testament to the saying, "You can leave the place you were born, but it will always be in your heart." Songs like Coal Miner's Daughter and The Pill both told her story and dared to touch on sensitive topics that few people dared to sing about at the time. The Pill, a song about reproductive rights, caused controversy across America, but also helped make Loretta a symbol of courage. On stage, she exuded country authenticity, but her piercing eyes and powerful voice revealed a woman who was not easily manipulated. Loretta could sing about love and talk openly about betrayal, and was never afraid to let the audience see her whole self, both the tender and the rough.
Dolly Parton, a name that is not only synonymous with country music, but also an American cultural icon. With her curly blonde hair, tiny waist, bright dresses, and radiant smile, Dolly appears like sunshine in Nashville. But behind that sparkling appearance is a sharp mind and a strong will. Hits like Jolene and I Will Always Love You not only show off her sweet voice, but also contain deep emotional stories. Jolene is a longing plea, while I Will Always Love You is a tearful but proud farewell. Dolly always sings about love as if she has experienced it herself, and the audience believes every word she sings. The press has rumored about extramarital affairs, but Dolly always cleverly avoids them, only responding with smiles and witty sayings. She once said, "I don't care what people think about me as long as they keep talking about me." And indeed, the world is still talking about Dolly, the woman who turned sexiness into a brand and turned herself into a legend. Patsy Cline, a voice that echoed across America in the early 60s, with a blend of raw country and pop elegance. Patsy's voice was rich and soulful, making songs like Crazy and I Fall to Pieces timeless. On stage, Patsy exuded confidence and charm, but offstage, she was known for her strong personality, not afraid to drink, speak out, and even swear when necessary. Many male colleagues both admired and feared her because Patsy never let anyone bully her. Rumors of extramarital affairs followed her, but Patsy never let them overshadow her career. She was the kind of woman you both wanted to love and were afraid to hurt, knowing that if you did, Patsy would leave a song that would haunt you for life.
Reba McEntire, the country queen of the 80s and 90s. An Oklahoma girl, Reba rose to become one of Nashville's most successful artists. Her powerful voice can lift aching ballads or bring audiences to their feet with a vibrant up-tempo. Reba is known for her image-building skills, always keeping her appearance neat but not hiding her charm. Songs like Whoever's in New England reveal stories of love, betrayal, and the desire to be loved. In real life, Reba has experienced many marital troubles, but she has turned them all into songwriting inspiration. The press may be curious, but Reba never lets them control her story. She tells it herself through her music, and that is how a queen defends her throne.
Shania Twain,
the woman who changed the face of country music in the 90s. With her powerful voice, bold fashion sense, and out-of-the-box songwriting, Shania turned country into a global phenomenon. "Man, I Feel Like a Woman" and "You're Still the One" are two perfect examples. One is a declaration of feminism and confidence. The other is a sweet confession of lasting love. Shania appeared in a crop top, leather pants, and a proud gaze. No one could take their eyes off her. Romance rumors once surrounded Shania, especially her noisy divorce from husband and producer Mutt Lange. But instead of falling apart, she returned to the stage brighter, proving that Shania Twain is more than just a voice. She is a force. Faith Hill, the golden voice of the 90s and early 2000s, who made country softer, more romantic, and more seductive. With her wavy blonde hair, gentle smiles, and elegant style, Faith evokes a classic Southern goddess. But beneath the gentle image is a determined woman. Hits like "Breathe" and "This Kiss" are both sweet and hot, demonstrating her ability to sing about love in a way that is both subtle and direct. Faith also gained attention for her dreamy romance with Tim McGraw, but sometimes the gossip surrounding their marriage made the press boil. She always handled it skillfully, letting her music do the talking and maintaining her image as an irreplaceable star. Kacey Musgraves, a breath of fresh air in modern country music, who dares to break the boundaries between tradition and innovation. With a musical style that blends country, pop, and indie, Kacey brings songs that are both dreamy and challenging old concepts. Golden Hour, the album that won her the Grammy for Album of the Year, is a testament to her ability to turn country into a music that transcends all boundaries. Kacey also does not hesitate to mention sensitive topics such as gender equality, LGBTQ+ rights, or personal freedom. On stage, she often appears with unique costumes, dim lights, and a voice that lulls the audience into another world. And when she steps off stage, Kacey still maintains just enough mystery to make people want to know more. Miranda Lambert, a woman who embodies the strength of Texas and the pain of betrayed love songs. Since her debut with Kerosene, Miranda has shown that she is not afraid to burn the rules. Hits like The House That Built Me and Gunpowder and Lead show Miranda's two sides, a sensitive heart and a spirit ready to explode. Her personal life, including her marriage and divorce from Blake Shelton, has always been a hot topic, but Miranda turns it into creative fuel. On stage, she can make audiences cry and stand up in the same evening. Miranda Lambert is proof that in country, sexiness and strength can coexist. Carrie Underwood, from a small-town girl who won American Idol to a global country music superstar. Her powerful voice, pretty face, and scandal-free image helped Carrie capture the hearts of the public. But don't let her good girl appearance fool you. Songs like Before He Cheats and Blown Away show a Carrie who is ready to sing about revenge and the dark side of love. She may wear a gorgeous evening gown, but when she sings, you will see a fire that no one can put out. Carrie is proof that a woman can maintain a perfect image while delivering sharp and powerful music. And at number 1, she represents the perfect balance of beauty, talent, and enduring appeal.